to the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
It was a long day exploring Friday Harbor and the San Juan Island, so instead of driving to our next campground reservations and arriving in the dark, we decided to cancel and stay here in Anacortes at the Swinomish Casino and Lodge.
How you doing after that hike?
Can't talk right now. First, we took a quick ride out to the Deception Pass Bridge and State Park, also located here in Anacortes, Washington. Stayed at the Swinomish Casino and Lodge here last night. They have an RV park and they also have just an overflow parking lot here. The overflow is like $10 a night. That's it. So there's no hookup. See, the RV park's over there. You can see they have hookups over there. And then this is just a lot for overnight parking because they don't allow free overnight parking here at this casino. And they're not a 24-hour casino. Hi.
Hi.
You ready?
Yes. Waiting on you.
You're waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh, that alarm should go off here. There you go. Lets you know if the step's out. It lets you know if the door's not completely shut. Lets you know if your emergency brake's on. VB air if it's not completely inflated. If you've let the air down. That's what the buzzer goes off for. We're still trying to decide what exactly we're going to do today. Besides check in to Thousand Trails.
Yeah, we're going to go check in.
We might go to another national park. But first, we're going to get some coffee, I think.
Yes.
And eat.
Yes.
Take you around the little RV park the casino has right here. I think it was like $40-some a night. It might depend on the site because I remember her saying there was different prices. For all of you that are watching really close, we don't have our seatbelts on because we're in the parking lot and we're just moving over to another spot here to park, to get out of the campgrounds back there because we're further away from the door back there and we don't need to walk because we're tired.
Yeah, we don't need exercise at all.
Michelle loves her Eggs Benedict and
coffee.
And they have Eggs Benedict in there. So. Pretty good size. That's gluten-free bread, by the way. We're gonna go ahead and get checked in and get us a spot. We're not in such a hurry anymore to get a campground spot because we have a lot more choices now with the smaller rig. So we're just gonna go get what?
I'm trying to figure out what direction this wants us to go. Our GPS.
Left.
Oh, okay.
Like today, we'll just go check in. We won't even pull in the spot. We'll just put our tag on the pedestal and then put a cone out also to make sure that everybody realizes that the site's taken, and then we just keep, move on, go do some exploring. And I think we are going to go. We've confirmed it. We're going to go see the Cascades
At the
National
roundabout,
Park.
take the first exit.
She's always interrupting us. We're going to go see the Cascades National Park today. It is confirmed.
That's good.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Long John Drive.
Long John.
We asked what part of the park has the best cell reception, and the girl told us that's section B, as in Bravo. Let's check our cell connection here real quick. This is only a 20 and 30 amp, so we got 30 amp service, which is all we need. Can't do 50. That looks like a 30 and a 50 to me. I thought they said this was 20 and 30 amp only. Where'd she go? All right, we moved sites. We moved down here to a smaller site because that site was a little big and there was one other here that was smaller, and that gives somebody else that has a bigger rig more room, because there wasn't enough room here for a big rig, but there was plenty of room down there.
T-Mobile isn't as good as it was down there, but it's still somewhat workable. It looks like it's hovering around 4.6 to 5 down and 3 or 4
It's still
up.
workable, yeah.
Yeah.
I just did another speed test with Visible. It's not any good here either. It's really not workable. Yeah, the site was a lot nicer down there, but again, it's meant more for somebody with a big rig. I remember when we used to have a Class A motorhome and see a van parked in a big spot. It was kind of frustrating, but hey, sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to take that if that's the only thing available. But here, we did have something else available. And for us, when we're working all week, why do we need all this space anyway? Let somebody enjoy that might have kids or pets. Think of all situations and kind of respect everybody. And checked out the restroom and shower facilities. The shower looks nice. The shower's been updated.
Yeah, it was
But,
decent, very decent.
And it's fairly close. We might have to run over and use it sometime instead of here maybe. But there's only one stall, one for the women and one for the men there.
Yeah.
That's the downfall. We are heading to
North Cascades National Park.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds. Because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead of me.
We just came to a visitor center in Sedro-Woolley, Washington, and it's closed on Sundays, but they had some big maps there that gives really good detailed information on a route to take and everything like that. It's supposed to be free to go through this national park too, isn't it?
Yes, but
It
I
is.
think if you get off to do a trail or something, you have to have a day use pass.
Oh, okay. Well, we have America the Beautiful anyway if we did need it, but
We won't need it.
for those that don't have a pass, it says it's free. This map is showing us to go to a town called Marble Mount and then take a left on 20. I don't know how far we're going to get to go through there because it's kind of late in the day. We're at 1:21, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Still stays light pretty.
And
Pretty
if
late.
anything, we're hoping to get some good scenery today. I think it's just going to be a drive-through park for us. No trails today.
Want to take in some scenery.
I won't be stumbling in the dark. Your eyes are shining like the stars. I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.
The North Cascades National Park is in northern Washington state and is a vast wilderness of conifer-clad mountains, glaciers, and lakes. The park shelters grizzly bears and gray wolves, plus more than 200 bird species.
And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise I will hold on to you. I don't know what I'd do.
We stopped at the North Cascades Visitor Center, the main one in the park here, and it said it was permanently closed on Google Maps. They don't know what they're talking about.
They don't, because there's people.
Actually, that was Apple Maps.
Yeah,
Apple's going downhill.
it really is. It's annoying.
To bring a smile to your face. Grizzly bears are famous for triggering a whole range of different emotions.
An innocent wild
If you get a chance, come to this visitor center here and watch the film about grizzly bears. The population used to be anywhere from 50 to 100,000, and now they're
in the lower 48
yeah,
states.
the lower 48 states, and now they believe it's under 2,000.
And they're all pushed up to the northwest, so parts of Yellowstone, some of Idaho, and a little bit of North Cascades Park here in Washington.
Yeah.
That's sad, that's all that's left.
At the visitor center, as you're leaving, they have a dump station and they have fresh water as well.
Oh, I thought you were going in to get some.
We really don't need it.
Oh, okay.
We're going back to the park today.
I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you.
New Halem is a company town owned by Seattle City Light and populated entirely by employees of the Skagit River Hydroelectric Project or of local county, state, or federal agencies. The town is not open to permanent residents who do not work for these agencies. Seattle City Light is the public utility providing electricity to Seattle, Washington.
You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.
Look at the color of that water. Follow the pedestrian walkway to view the impressive Gorge Creek Falls. Water cascades 242 feet down the mountain before entering Gorge Lake, passing through the Gorge Powerhouse to the Skagit River. Ooh, that gave me the weebie-jeebies on that bridge. Huh?
That, and it's so hot it feels like we're in the center of the earth.
Diablo Lake overlook. There's no sign on the road. You have to pull into the parking lot.
And then there's a sign.
And then you see the sign, so.
What good is that?
Definitely gonna get out here.
Oh, yeah.
This looks gorgeous. Let's start down here at the corner.
Okay.
Which way do we go? Which way do we go? We weren't quite sure when we first started coming through this national park. And then it started getting prettier and prettier and prettier. So don't give up. Keep going. The views of glacial-fed Diablo Lake are mesmerizing to say the least, and pictures alone just don't do it justice. The distinctive turquoise color of the lake is the result of suspended fine rock particles refracting sunlight. These rock particles, called glacial flour, enter the lake when rock from the surrounding mountains is eroded by ice and flows into the water through glacial streams. The color is most vibrant on sunny days in July, August, and September when seasonal glacial melt occurs. This one
Oh.
view right here is worth the entire drive up. It really is. Pictures can't do it justice.
Diablo Lake Overlook.
So don't overlook it, okay? If you come here, you can't overlook it.
Burgers and pie 2 months ago.
We're stopping in a place in Marble Mount. Looks like a little hole in the wall place.
Diner.
I had a sign talking about pies.
That's all it took.
And we just love those little hole in the wall places like that. That's what I call them. I call them hole in the wall places. But we're gonna go check it out. See what else was there anything else on the billboard that you read?
Nope, just pies.
Keep calm, eat pie. They do have gluten-free buns. Wait, look at this. About average food. It was good. It's definitely a good place to stop if you're hungry.
Good
But
burger.
here's the thing. We just got the regular, they called them a deluxe burger, and it was just regular, no cheese on it, nothing like that. $14.25. Mine, I got the same one. We both got the same one, except I had the gluten-free bun, and I substituted garlic fries. So they added another $2.20 for the gluten-free bun, $3.75 to substitute the fries for garlic parmesan.
Which
So
you thought
it-
was kind of like,
yeah.
probably not waste the money.
But it made my burger all the way up to $20, and but it was good. It was pretty good.
And they had a big burger selection of different
Yeah.
kinds too. So
And by the way, we did not eat that piece of lemon. We just tasted it, and she put it in the fridge. You can have it with her coffee in the morning. But the pies were $9 a piece. The slice of pie. Ooh wee! I say they just let me have a bite and charge me $1. Wow! Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
we're
Oh.
gonna be sleepy in an hour.
Yeah. We would recommend coming here. We'd come here again. We've been here, let's see, what is today? Jeez, today's Thursday. We were supposed to leave on Saturday, but we're going to get a head start and drive a little bit tonight and a little bit tomorrow night so that we're not driving most of the day on the weekend. All right, we're all ready. I'm going to put the Starlink away. There's no sewer here, so we just have electric and water. So I'm going to fill the fresh water, and then we're going to stop at the dump station down here, empty out our tanks, and we'll be good to go. What did you think about this campground here at Mount Vernon Thousand Trails?
Oh, it was okay. I mean, it seems like a nice one, but we didn't really do anything. We just worked.
True, yeah.
So.
And the other one that we stayed at before this in the area is La Conner. I think it seemed like the roads and everything was a little tighter there
Yeah.
to get to your sites.
Yeah.
You were far enough away from your neighbors, but it was just the sites
Right.
in most places. There's some here that are kind of tight too, but the majority of it is kind of open.
Yeah. Both of them have gravel roads with dirt sites, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah.
And both of them also, the majority didn't have sewer hookup, right? Just
I think there's think there's some that do, don't, isn't there on the map?
Well, here at Mount Vernon, you have to get on a list, I guess, in
Yeah.
order to get the sewer site. But I don't even know if LaConner had any.
Ever since we got this, we're never really even concerned about that. 'Cause
Right.
usually, we're leaving in the evenings to go somewhere anyway. So it doesn't bother us just to swing by a
Yeah.
dump station and dump. Because even if we were here, we don't, because it's not like our motorhome or our Airstream where we leave the stinky slinky out.
Yeah.
We just pull it out only when we're going to dump.
Plus-
so it's already put away.
Both those times we had we had another vehicle that we would take to go
Yeah,
do stuff.
right.
This is our, home and our vehicle to go do stuff. So it's like we're always out and about in it anyway.
So it opens up a lot more options. You don't have as much room and living space as you do with the other.
True.
And you don't have room for a dog
Yeah.
or a cat.
Although some people in a van do
Because
have them.
because where are you going to put that litter box for that cat? And much like the litter boxes, the dump stations don't smell any better. So
We run away to pick us up when we're low. Just chase the waves. We'll make it up as we go.
this time around, while looking for free or cheap overnight dry camping places in Washington, Oregon, and California, we noticed that many of your normal places that allow an overnight stay don't allow it in these states anymore due to the overwhelming homeless situation. So we called around, and even many of the casinos wouldn't allow overnight parking, but there were still a few that did. So during this trip, we decided to utilize the casinos along our route that allowed overnight parking and stay there.
Passing through Tacoma, Washington.
Tom Tuttle from Tacoma, Washington. Pleased to meet you.
Movie reference.
Tom Tuttle from Tacoma, Washington. Pleased to meet you.
Well, it got dark on us last night on our trip here to A Lene Casino. Very nice casino resort area. The parking is free. Got a semi area and an RV area here. We just stayed here and worked all day today. Day's about ending here. We're getting ready to go down to an Encore. The Portland Fairview is one of the Encores that costs $20 a night. We're just gonna stay there one night. Today is Friday. And then tomorrow we're going to take off and head down to Bend, Oregon. The casino is spelled I-L-A-N-I, but it is pronounced Elane. Like it has an A in the beginning and A at the end. But really, really nice
Beautiful.
casino. Really, we're not even gamblers, but for some reason I've always liked casinos. A lot of good restaurants in there. They've got a Michael Jordan's restaurant in there too. They've got a seafood place, Chinese, and a little food court area. The pizza place there had a gluten-free pizza. Shell had some Chinese, but this is a good place to stay, and it's free. You don't have to pay to stay here in your RV, and it's right off of Interstate 5.
Great location.
Yeah, right before Portland in Ridgefield, Washington.
A lot of RVs here.
Yeah.
We share the parking lot with semis. They're in a different area, but still.
So keep
very
that in
nice.
mind if you're coming through. This is a good place to stop and spend the night. When you first come in, there'll be a Chevron fuel station, and there is a guard shack on it'll be your left-hand side coming in after you get off the interstate. And just go there, and they'll take your information, write down your plate number, and you just come in. Now we're going to go to that Encore in Portland, Oregon. A lot of people have been asking what kind of fuel mileage we got. And I know when we first took this from California to Florida, we averaged about 17.5, and that's all through the mountains and everything. That was the entire trip. Now from north of Seattle all the way down here to we're almost to Portland, we got 19.8 miles per gallon. It was at said 20, but since it's been sitting and running for a little bit, it kind of went down a little bit. right, so we're here. We're way back to the back. This is a sight. I think we're just going to put our cone down and run up to the falls and come back later. Kind of messy, isn't it?
It's very messy. That might be some kind of poop.
Great. Glad we're only here for one day. 23 minutes to Multnomah Falls.
Okay.
Do you know how far of a hike it is from there? Yeah, let's go check it out. At least,
Starting route.
if anything, we'll know what we're getting into in the
Proceed
morning
to
if
the
we end
route.
up having to go
Then
tomorrow.
turn left.
Okay.
This is one of the encores that cost $20 a night. Usually when it's $20 a night, it's usually one of their fancier ones.
This is not fancy.
It's not. I mean, some of it is kind of nice, but
In
Where
a
they-
quarter mile, turn right onto Northeast Sandy Boulevard.
where they put us down here is kind of run down a little bit. But there are some nicer areas in here that we drove by. It's not nothing like some of the other encores that cost $20 a night, like the one in the Keys, for
Well,
instance.
Yeah, no. Even the one in San Francisco. I mean,
Yeah,
it
wasn't bad.
wasn't bad, but
That one you're there for the view of the ocean,
Right.
really. But see, I mean, this isn't too bad here.
it's not. I think we're paying obviously for the location of it.
All right, on to the falls. We made it to Multnomah Falls.
Multnomah.
And we're
Mul-
saying that proud because we figured out that the T is silent.
Multnomah. Multnomah. Multnomah.
There you go. Yibbity.
Yeah.
You can see it right here, look.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, there's a railing way up there. You mean there is a hike that you can go way up there?
Oh, I bet so.
Somebody dropped their keys in the parking lot here and there's no vehicles around where we parked. So we're gonna take them inside and hopefully, otherwise somebody's gonna run over them or they're never gonna find them.
My mom and dad came out here to visit my aunt and uncle that live
Like,
in Oregon.
Long
but,
time.
Yeah.
Like before you were born?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Not that long ago. No.
Okay. So it was still during the dinosaurs, but it...
Oh, funny. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
We're gonna see if this trail will take us up to the bridge. Michelle wants to go on the bridge.
I want to get on the bridge.
Michelle wants, she gets.
Really? I have to
Yeah,
remember that.
Did you know you won the lottery?
No, where's my moolah?
Right here. I'm your lottery.
Oh. Score.
forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up. See you next week.